man, don't you just think that, like, I can't believe that when this virus is over, when this pandemic passes, and we can all go back to seeing our friends whenever we wanted, having huge parties in the backyard, not wearing a face mask, all this kind of stuff, that like, man, like, it's just going to be so good once that happens. What's up? This is Miles of Vinciguerra. If you've been feeling that way, number one, it's completely normal. I think that we all feel this way, especially during the pandemic. And one thing that comes to mind is, you know, when I was learning and coaching was there, we have what these called, you know, people have what are called gales, okay? And gales are the gremlins, the assumptions, the interpretations, and the limiting beliefs, right? These are all internal blocks, what we consider internal blocks. What's that? Amazon's not coming. Thought Amazon was dropping someone off. You know, because once I get that package, I'll be happy. You know, so I think that, number one, it's completely normal that we all make an interpretation that this is going to last forever. This is going to take so long to pass. And it's just sucking all of our energy. It's literally just draining us every single day. I mean, it's so stressful. Like, we wake up first thing in the morning. I mean, I don't watch the news, but I watch YouTube, and it's just all the spikes and then this and that, and it's just like, man, when is this going to stop? And it really is soul sucking. Okay? So when we think about how we can shift our perspective from this feeling of once we have this, then we can be happy. Once we move on from this to being happy in the now, is that we have to see the situation differently. Okay? And here's just a couple things that come to my mind. Okay? And kind of something funny that I've been thinking of too. Number one, the whole social distancing thing. I don't know about you, but unless you're my girlfriend, so here's an opposite perspective, okay, on the whole social distancing thing. Unless you're my girlfriend, I'm not trying to stand like a foot away from you, bro. I'm not trying to be like arm to arm. You know what I mean? So like, how many people out there wish for personal space, right? Like, man, get out of my bubble. Like, why are you all cramping up on me? Like, you're all in my bubble, bro. Like, how many people like want that personal space, and now that we have it, like, now we don't really have to worry about people hovering over us, right? So so something like that, in my mind, it's about shifting from this catabolic, really like negative, you know, in coaching we call this level one. This is like victim thinking, you know, because of course we can't control what the government says. We can't control these guidelines that they put in place. So we feel like a victim, right? But when we challenge our thinking and we say, well, what's another way to see the situation? And we think, you know, I think in my mind at least, you know, unless you're my girlfriend, like, I don't want to be standing close to you. Like, you ever just have someone super close to you in line and you're like, dude, like, back off. You are really like up in my grill right now. Like, back off. We can see it from a more positive perspective though. Like, okay, like, I'll take social distancing. You know, that can even come around after. Like, we can keep that once this is done. We can keep social distancing. I'm all game for that. You know, and just because we social distance doesn't mean that we're antisocial, right? It does not mean that we're antisocial. Okay, number two, the second perspective is, when we were kids, all we wanted to do was dress up, right? All we wanted to do was dress up in costumes and wear whatever we wanted and put our little masks on. And this is exactly what we've been told to do, okay? We have to wear the mask, but then we say, oh, it doesn't work, like, they don't really work. Well, dude, like, you know how many people you talk to, like, in daily, like, I don't talk to a lot of people, like, and get that up close to them and be like, damn, you got some bad breath. But like, you ever be talking to someone and they got some bad breath? Another way to think about the whole mask thing is, if someone's got bad breath, you don't got to smell that. I mean, if you got bad breath, like, you got to smell that. You got to smell it in your own mask. But if someone else has bad breath, you don't have to smell it, right? And so that's another perspective. And here is the final thing. All I want to say on this video, just think about that, right? Think about how that can shift your perspective, right? Because our thoughts create how we feel, right? So when we're like, oh, every single day I gotta wear a mask, like the government, and they're trying to take away our rights and do this and do that, and then like we wake up, we're automatically stressed. We go out throughout our entire day. When it's like, dude, like, we're wearing masks for like a little bit of the day. You know what I mean? Like, we're wearing masks for like the 20 to 30 minutes shopping spree, And at the same time, you don't got to get that bad breath. I ain't dealing with Betsy's bad breath over there. Get out of here. So that's just another perspective, guys. Just don't mind my humor. It's just who I am. I just like being a little goofy. Yeah. Oh, final thing. I absolutely guarantee, I'm calling it now, that when coronavirus is over and this pandemic passes, because it will pass, that masks will be considered hipster. I guarantee there will be kids walking around with masks on there will be kids walking around with masks on and be like, oh, look, I'm so hip. Can't you just see that happening? Like, there's going to be everyone else besides that one dude who's like wearing a mask and he thinks it's hip. Okay? So do you see how like it just creates a different kind of emotion because because it's not being seen from that perspective, right? So it's just a little shift in consciousness, just a little shift in awareness and a shift how we see things, a shift in perspective, So that's it for the video, guys. Remember, like, longing for this one day, longing for this when coronavirus passes, is that sometimes we just, it can rob our energy, and sometimes we just have to see things differently in the present moment. Okay? That's it for the video, guys. Shred life, be great. Talk to you guys in the next one.